broadcast booth alongside our producer, Nick Pola. Should be a good one tonight here in Houston. The Houston Cougars, they come into tonight's game with a record of 2-6. Meanwhile, East Texas Baptist, they are 1-8-1. They are coming off a weekend against Texas Tech last weekend in which they lost 6-3. And then they also tied the Red Raiders 3-3 after overtime. Meanwhile, the Houston Cougars, they are coming off a weekend in which they lost 11-0 against Texas and then beat Rice 12-1 in Rice's first game since the 1940s. These teams met last month in Shreveport, Louisiana in a series at ETBU. They split that series. U of H won the first game 5-1, and then the Tigers responded by winning 5-2 the next day. We're just moments away from puck drop. We're in the starting lineups right now, and then we will have the national anthem, then have puck drop right after this. So starting in net tonight for the East Texas Baptist Tigers, it's going to be Andrew Bobo getting the start. Meanwhile, for the Houston Cougars, it'll be Kazan Cronrath getting the start in net. So moments away from puck drop. This should be a good one. It was good games last month when these two teams met. This will be the only time this season these teams will meet here. They won't play anymore this season. U of H went there once. They came here. So the Cougars in their home red and whites will be moving left to right. The Tigers in their road blues and yellows will be moving right to left. It's the Cougars and the Tigers, and we are underway. The Tigers will win the opening face-off and send the puck in. To it first is Sushko for Houston. He gets it out of the corner. Played on around by Munoz. Slapped up. Taken by the Tigers. Side of the cage. Whiffs on a one-timer. Another try. Save made by Cronrath. Into the corner. Desjardins sends it on around. Back to the point, but it'll be taken out of the zone. So the Tigers will send it in. They will go off for a line change 35 seconds into this frame. Sushko with it. He will angle it off the boards for the Cougars, where it will be played by Atkinson at center. Bouncing puck in front of the Tigers bench. Rolling now, big hit made at center ice. And entering the zone is Gerletti. His shot on goal, save made as he gets checked into the boards. And coming out the other way with some speed are the Tigers. Gently floated in. They will go for a little bit of a change. Goodwin sends a long stretch pass. That'll be tipped into the zone. That was Rutkowski with the tip. He skates off for a line change. Coming out the other way are the Cougars. Denied entry at the blue line. At center ice. Puck squirts all the way down. They will battle for it. A minute and a half gone by in this opening frame. Tigers with it. Behind the net of Cronrath. Played out. Cardinal, Alexander Cardinal for the Cougars. Met with traffic. Gets by as he sends the puck down into the zone. Played on around. At the blue line will be played out to center, where Cardinal will take it and enter right back in. His wrist shot just goes wide. And this one will be flipped up into the bench out of play. 17:56 to go. The first period, our first whistle. So Jesse Jennings will take the faceoff draw for Houston. He will go opposite of Rutkowski, the captain for the Tigers. And at center ice off the scrum. Still battles for it, and it will be the captain for the Tigers. He enters the zone. But it lands at the side of the cage. It's on the cage. They're whacking at it, and Cronrath will just grab it with his free hand and get the whistle. Was stuck on the net for a bit. So on the ice for the Cougars, it's Jennings, Zhao, Price, Jeremy Price that is, along with Sushko and Jacob Price. Face-off won by the Tigers in their offensive zone. Pressure defensively by Jacob Price. Spinning free, shot on goal, save made by Cronrath. Sushko's there for Houston. Sushko tries to get by a couple of Tigers. He does, plays it further for Jennings. Jennings denied entry at the blue line, and it'll be flipped up the other way by the Tigers. Sushko for Houston, plays it up, and it will be taken by ETBU behind their own net. Pressured on the forecheck by Jennings. Tigers just trying to get it out of the zone, and they do. They're in the midst of a change, so Houston has some space to work with. Stretch pass. Taken off the stick of Smith. To it is Margulis. And Zhao will float it up. Taken away by the Tigers. With some speed, entering the blue line. Poked off nicely with the stick of Sushko. That allows the Cougars to play it all the way down the ice. Avoiding the check is Atkinson as he avoided Margulis from behind. And that allows the Tigers to come out the other way. Cardinal with it. From the red line, he'll just send it in on goal. Save made by Bovo. At center ice, battling with it. Flipped up. Houston controls. It is Alexander Cardinal, the captain for the Cougars. Stretch pass, he finds his man, Gerletti. Gerletti, a shot, would not go. Save made by Bovo. The wraparound try, it's loose in front of Bovo. He gets the cover for the whistle with 15:48 to go in this first period. So both teams will get some fresh legs on the ice. Jude Gallagher will take the face-off draw for Houston. It'll be a one, however, by ETBU. And here comes Piero, leading goal scorer for the Tigers. He pins up a man in that near side corner. That's Cardinal there, pinned up by the for the Cougars. Eventually it's poked free, and with it comes Gurletti. Stretch pass back for Gurletti's just a little bit too far out in front for him. It allows Desjardins to send it on around. This one will ricochet all the way down, go wide up the net for an icing. .13 to go in this scoreless first period. Mentioned before, these teams met last month in Shreveport, where ETBU plays their home games. They split the series. Houston won the first game 5-1, followed by the ETBU 5-2 win. So far, that win by ETBU is their only win on the season. They're looking for their second one here tonight. Behind the net of Cronrath. Sushko, he fights off a couple of Tigers, and he gets the puck free and out of the zone and poked along further. Here is Munoz. Munoz left wing side. He's all alone as the rest of his team's going off for a change. As a try floated, blocked by the defense in front. Another try, kicks him in, rebound, and score! Jaden Munoz strikes first for Houston. .37 to go in this first period. Munoz bats home the rebound, and Houston has the 1-0 lead. Dalton Hoffman's going to get the assist on Munoz's goal. Back to live action now. Here's Cardinal for the Cougars. Plays it to his right. Flirted up, entering the zone is Droit. Droit's in the corner. Turned over, and here comes ETBU. This one shot in from the neutral ice area, wide, and now both teams will battle in that near side corner. Cardinal touches it up further, and will be kept in. Moving in, nice stick play by Quintana. Now it will be Houston with some space and turned over, however. But eventually turned it back over to Sturdivant for Houston. Misses Foreman. This one goes all the way down, and the puck squirts free. Referee thought Bovo had it covered. Bovo also thought he had it covered, but missed it with his glove. But gets the whistle. 13:34 to go in this first period. Jesse Jennings, Jacob Price, and Jeremy Price, the forwards on the ice for Houston as they win the offensive zone draw. Sushko and Zhao are the defense on the ice for the Cougars. As Jeremy Price rather, his shot goes wide. Kept in at the blue line by Sushko, but his shot is ricocheted back out to center where he controls. Pressured on the defensively by Desjardins, forces the turnover. And here is ETBU. Trying to get it in the zone. Jennings is there for Houston. Desjardins moves in, puts on the brakes, plays it to his left, and Sanda will send it off to the corner. As a check made, Jacob Price hits the ice. Now it is Sushko. Sushko, his shot from outside the blue line is blockered away by Bovo. ETBU with it. 12.5 to go in this first period. Desjardins. He will flip it in, gloved out of the air by Cronrath, who will leave it for his captain, Cardinal. Cardinal gets by one man using his speed on the right side, rattles it on around. Zhao touches it up, or excuse me, Smith touches it. And moving the other way is Atkinson. He's denied entry at the blue line, and that will cause an offsides. So the face-off will be right in front of the U of H bench. Margolis will take the face-off draw for Houston, and he will win it. Cardinal will have to gather it behind the net of Cronroth. Comes out from the side of the cage. Surveys, floats it up. It is J.J. Peters now. J.J. Peters tries to get by Atkinson. Atkinson denies him, and here comes Atkinson. Entering the zone on the backhand, poked by Cardinal. Cardinal gets a check along the boards. Atkinson and Rutkowski in there for ETBU. But eventually it will be Austin Droit for Houston as he will play it out of the zone to Peters. Peters has Smith to his right. Peters on the backhand sends it into the zone. Taken by Cade Campbell. Rutkowski pressured from behind on the forecheck. And that's Gallagher there battling with Rutkowski. Squirts free into the slot taken by ETBU. And trying to get it out of the zone, and they do. They're pressured big time by Houston, but here comes the Tigers. 2-on-2 into the zone. Plays it to right. Save made by Cronroth. And he sprawls out from outside the crease. Makes the save. And Tigers trying to keep the pressure up, but Houston has it. They rattle it around, and they will play it out of the zone. A rolling puck. Will this be an icing? No. Munoz will get to it first. Munoz puts on the brakes. Protecting. Battle for it along that near side boards. A shot blocked by defense in front. And here come the Tigers. Numbers the other way. It's a 3-on-1. Moves in, and offensive stick play by Cardinal to deny that 3-on-1 opportunity. Alexander Cardinal, the captain, with a big defensive play. ETBU trying to get it into the zone, and Cronroth will cover it. Gets the whistle. Exactly halfway through this first period. 1-0 our score. Munoz has the only goal so far tonight. That was assisted by Hoffman. Kane Sander will take the face-off draw for ETBU. He will win it. It's played into the corner. And Droit to Cardinal. Cardinal surveys, gets it out of the zone, but taken away by Goodwin. Goodwin will wait for players to get onside by floating it in on goal. And with speed, it is Hoffman. Hoffman moves in, poked away at the blue line. Now behind the net. They battle for it. Squirts free. It is Cardinal. Cardinal shot, and he scores! Rebound goal, and Houston on top, 2-0. So it looks like it's Grant Sturdivant who got the rebound. It is indeed Grant Sturdivant. They're going to say it's an unassisted goal by Sturdivant. And he has the Cougars on top, 2-0, with over 9 minutes to go here in this opening period. Moving in, Tigers a shot, and they score just like that. They answer, and it's 2-1. Cade Campbell for ETBU. 14 seconds later, and the Tigers respond. So number 11 for Houston scores an unassisted goal. Then 14 seconds later, number 11 for ETBU scores unassisted. And all of a sudden, it's back to a 1-goal game. And Campbell, fresh off scoring that goal, he enters the zone, but this time he's poked off of the puck, but he will give chase into the corner. Plays it to the left point, and we have a whistle The door came open along the near side, so that stops play with 8:47 to go in this first period. Jennings, Sushko, Jacob Price, Jeremy Price on the ice for Houston, along with Edwin Zhao. Piero for ETBU, back to the near side. Quintana battling with Price, and eventually it's forced out to center. This one is floated in on goal, and Cronrath has to make the save. A little bit tricky, but it is now Sushko. Right in front of the cage, he will play it on the backhand and out of the zone, but backhanded right back in by ATBU. Edwin Zhao circling. He has Rutkowski on the forecheck. Rutkowski, he's pressuring, but it is Sushko. Kovic trying to get it out of the zone and saucered down the ice, blocked by ETBU. They will send it back down. Edwin Zhao with it. Touched up by Peters. Margulis, fresh off the bench. He will enter the zone. Smith catches an edge, falls. That allows Atkinson to play for ETBU. His pass was off the stick, or excuse me, the skate of a Cougar. But it will be Rutkowski sending it, and he will go off for a change. Desjardins with it, saucered, and eventually it is Cardinal. This one will go all the way down. Foot race for an icing. Cardinal, well, he got to it first, but icing was waved off. Peters denied. Now it's Cardinal. Cardinal gets by a one-man, avoids the check. This one is played down under 7 minutes to go in this first period. One goal is the difference. 2-1, Houston with the lead. ETBU off for a line change, so U of H with a little bit of space to work with. They will use it to tip the puck into the zone. Quintana plays it on around for the Tigers. And loose at center. It will be the Tigers with it, but Cardinal, the captain for Houston, plays it back out. Offsides is the call with 6:23 to go in this first period. Mentioned before, Houston, it's 2-6 on the year. They're coming off a win in their last game against Rice, 12-1 last Saturday here at home. Houston will win the face-off, but it will be ETBU with it, entering the zone. Left and taken away by Munoz. He will send it all the way down. Will this be an icing? Yes, it will. Stops the clock with 6:08 to go in this first period. Meanwhile, ETBU, mentioned before, 1-8-1 on the season. They tied at 3-3 after overtime against Texas Tech. ETBU wins offensive zone, draw a shot, just tipped wide of Cronrath. So it will be played off the glass and gloved by Rutkowski. Play to the right. Back for Rutkowski at the blue line. He will send it in. Sushko grabs it, and he will play it up and eventually out to the zone. Touched on nicely to Gallagher. He sends it in on goal, easily covered by Bobo. Late whistle, but we get the whistle. 5:37 to go in this first period. Houston with some fresh legs on the ice. The line of Hoffman, Sturdivant, and Smith on the ice. As a shot. Save made. Rebound try by Sturdivant. It's covered up. That was Zhao with the first shot from the blue line. Now ETBU will get 5 fresh legs on the ice. Cade Sander will take the face-off draw for the Tigers, and fresh off the bench, she will win it momentarily, but now Houston sends it off to the side of the cage. Eventually ricochets back behind the net. Battle for it in that corner. Atkinson is canceled out. Puck is taken by Sushko. He will send one to the opposite corner. Eventually played out of the zone by the Tigers. Denied entry at the blue line. Loose puck taken by ETBU. They have to wait to get back on side. And a big hit made at center ice. And eventually it is Foreman. Forced off the puck. Delayed offside. This one will be flipped by Sturdivant up into the bench and out of play. For 52 to go in this first period. Jesse Jennings and Nicholas Rutkowski to take the face-off. Rutkowski will win it for the Tigers. Shaking free. And here is ETBU along the near side, avoiding players, and still with it. Side of the cage, centers in the slot, taking shot, just goes wide. That was Campbell with the shot attempt. Centering feed, Campbell is there to whack at it, but eventually it was saved by Conrath, taken by Cardinal out to center, played by Toka. Now here's ETBU. Campbell gets by Cardinal. Campbell is side of the cage. He lost control of it. Couldn't get a shot away. And this one will be cleared back out to center ice. Sent on around. Cardinal to it for Houston. Desjardins pressuring. Droit touched up by Peters. And Margulis will play it, and he will rattle it on around. 3:40 to go in this period. 2-1 our score. Houston on top. Houston's able to keep the puck in the zone momentarily. Now it is played out to center by ETBU. Smith sends this one down, and looked like some players were expecting an icing, but that was waved off. Turned over. Margulis with some space. Moves in. Shot on goal. And this one is off the crossbar. Deflects up and out of play. 3:05 remaining in this first period. Quintana will take the face-off draw for the Tigers. It'll be won by Houston. Shot! Pushed away by Bobo. Behind the cage into that far corner. Munoz is there to battle. And here comes the Tigers. And an offside will be called. Sander and Gallagher take the face-off. It'll be Gallagher and Houston winning it. Zhao retrieves. Played it to his defensive partner, Sushko. Played down. Locked down by Gallagher. Moves in right side into the corner. Centering feed would not go. Sushko a try. Blocked by a defenseman out in front. And into the far corner, kept in the zone. Gallagher wrists a shot. That sails just high. Now a couple of players canceling each other out in that corner. And eventually it is Houston playing it behind the cage. Kept in the zone. Sushko, his shot blocked by sticks in front. Munoz gathers in the corner. Munoz, he gets taken out to the ice. And that allows the Tigers to play it out to center. Sander He will flip the puck into the zone. He goes off for a change. Under 2 minutes to go in this first period. This is flipped out to center ice. Now Houston will go off. Atkinson with it for the Tigers. Touched up. Campbell into the zone. Moved in. And a shot. Save made. And it's loose. And the whistle. Cronrath with the save. Minute 23 to go in this first period. I don't know if Droit stepped on the puck or if he caught an edge. He may have stepped on the puck. That's why he hit the ice. But now here is Droit behind the cage of Cronrath. Plays it out for Cardinal, picking up speed. Left wing side, enters the zone. And Sturdivant try, save made, rebound in the slot, taken away by ETBU. And they have numbers if they hurry. It is Campbell. He has the lone goal tonight for the Tigers. Campbell on the backhand shot, and it hits the side of the cage. To it first is Campbell on the rebound, and a try from the blue line straight away would not go. Cardinals there to battle defensively for Houston. This one is bounced out to center ice, and Foreman is there for Houston. 40 seconds to go in this first period. Campbell enters the zone, left wing side, centers, but it'll be intercepted by Cardinal. He lost the puck momentarily. Now it's the battle for it along that near side of boards. 20 seconds to go. Shot from outside the zone is easily pushed away by Cronrath. Cardinal behind his own net. He has 10 seconds left in this period. Surveys. 6 seconds left. This one will go all the way down. No icing, so it will be slapped on around, and that is how we're going to end this first period. So after 1 period of play, it is Houston 2, East Texas Baptist 1. Houston getting goals from Munoz and Sturdivant. Meanwhile, ETBU getting their goal from Cade Campbell. So we will return with the second period right after this. You're watching U of H Hockey here on YouTube. Hello and welcome back to the start of the second period between the Houston Cougars and the East Texas Baptist Tigers. If you missed any of the first period, Houston got goals from Jaden Munoz and Grant Sturdivant. East Texas Baptist, they got a goal from Andrew Kolka. And we're almost underway. It's the Tigers going left to right, Houston moving right to left. And we are underway in this second period. Thank you for one of our viewers on YouTube for pointing out that the ETBU website, the roster for the Division III team has not been updated. So number 11 for East Texas Baptist, that's Andrew Kolka, not Cade Campbell. I'm sure Cade Campbell is out enjoying his life somewhere, just not here in Sugar Land right now. But here is the Cougars trying to get the puck into the zone, but it will be Sander who just touches out of play. 19:25 to go in this second period. So face off at center ice. Caleb Reese will take the face-off draw. The Tigers opposite of Gallagher for the Cougars. This one is poked further. Gallagher gives chase, but it's taken away by Atkinson. Behind the cage for Gallagher. Settles it down. Soot. Shot through the blue paint. And wide. Munoz to it. His shot hits the side of the cage. Gallagher with it now. Sharp angle shot. And this one's blocked by Atkinson behind the cage. Battle for it. Atkinson taken down as this one is pushed towards the net, pushed away by Bovo. Again, center feed, evades everyone. Captain now, Rudkowski with it. Sends one all, or down the ice, blocked at center ice by Sushko. So he will play up to his defensive partner, Zhao. Zhao under pressure, but now tries to give chase in that corner. Centering feed, and they score! This game is tied. It is Rudkowski tying it up. So just over a minute and a half gone by in the second period. Kiera will get the assist on Rudkowski's goal. And what was once a 2-0 Houston lead has now turned it to a 2-2 tie. As a shot from the blue line sails high, giving chase in that corner. A couple of players trying to battle for it. It is Cardinals spinning free, knifed across, settled down, shot through traffic, save made by Bovo. That was Droit with the shot on goal. Now Cardinal creeps in, shot in front, looking for the tip in by Foreman. Foreman, or puck hits the ref in the corner. Hoffman with it. And ETB trying to get it out of the zone. Kolka's there, he gets it out. And resetting is Cardinal at center ice. He avoids everyone at center, enters the zone, leaves it for Hoffman. Hoffman trying to knife it across for Sturdivant, but it gets tipped into the corner. Coming out with it is Cardinal. Cardinal looks, sends it on across. Droit on the far side. Cardinal goes off for a change. And now East Texas Baptist will send it all the way down. This one will roll for an icing. Face off all the way back. The Houston offensive zone. Jennings, Jacob Price, Jeremy Price, the forwards on the ice for Houston. Zhao and Sushko, the defense. Off the face-off. In the scrum, it'll be taken by the Tigers out to center. Sushko waits, or could not wait for his players to go offside. And offsides is the call. So ETBU will get 5 fresh legs on the ice. McNeil, Taylor, and Rudkowski, the forwards on the ice for the Tigers. Zhao on the backhand finds Sushko, crossing the red line, sends it in on goal, pushed away by Bobo. McNeil spinning. And Rudkowski will angle it all the way down. Giving chase is Sushko behind the net. U of H gets it out of the zone, but it'll be the Tigers in their own defensive zone. Sean Atkinson behind the net of Bobo. Four minutes gone by in this second period. Jennings tries to play it off the boards, intercepted by Atkinson. Traffic in front of the Houston bench. And now Zhao saucers. It'll be touched by Peters down the ice, allows Houston to go off for a little bit of a line shift. And kept in the zone. Droit risks a try that goes off the leg of McNeil, ricochets out of the zone where Cardinal will settle it down. Smith angles it up, and bouncing puck will be taken by Houston. Cardinal trying to shake free, he does. Plays it to his left. Droit picking up speed, trying to fight off Atkinson. Droit, side of the cage, sharp angle try, and that is covered with the shoulder of Bobo. 15:05 to go in the second period. Margulis, Cardinal, Peters on the ice, along with Smith and Droit for Houston. This one's played on around. Smith to it. And trying to keep the puck in the zone. He does. Slot shot. And this one is tipped up by Bobo and out of play. So Gallagher will take the face-off draw opposite of Rice. Off the face-off, it is played out to center, delayed offsides. So that allows the Tigers some space to work with in their defensive zone. Saucer pass finds Sander, or goes off his stick rather. Now Munoz on the backhand. Eventually, it will be taken by Toka. Plays it to the near side, gloved out of the air, but taken away by the Tigers. The other way, trying to get through defenders. It squirts all the way to Cronrath, who covers it. $14 remaining in this period. McNeil with the face-off for ETBU. Houston trying to get it out of the zone. It is played all the way down, misses everyone. This one will not go for an icing. It is waved off. Atkinson finds his man Desjardins with speed through center. Desjardins moves to the right wing side, puts on the brakes. His shot deflects off the stick of Sushko up into the net and out of play. So hopping onto the ice for Houston, it is the line of Hoffman, Foreman, and Studevant. Logan McNeil will again take the face-off for ETBU. Kolka and Desjardins, the other forwards on the ice for the Tigers. Kept in at the right point. And second effort by Houston will send it all the way down. A rolling puck to it is Baron Van Polen. And Van Polen gets the puck out to center. Houston will send it right back in. Giving chase is Ethan Foreman as he gets checked down to the ice. On the near side boards. And a big hit in open ice. And that will be our first penalty in today's game. A trip is the call on Foreman. I was just thinking in my head that it's been a very clean game so far with no penalties, but I didn't want to say it out loud to jinx it, but I guess just thinking it was enough. And we have our first penalty. Tripping is the call. As a shot deflects off bodies, never found Cronrath. On the backhand, Cardinal will play it all the way down the ice. So it's Cardinal Jennings as the penalty killers, along with Jeremy Price and Austin Droit. Cardinal shakes free of one man, plays it off the glass, not quite out of the zone. Second effort, trying to poke it out, kept in by the Tigers. But now he is able to send it all the way down the ice. So with speed. Moving in, left wing side. Tigers with it. Taken away momentarily by Houston. Battle for it in that corner. And Jeremy Price will play it all the way down the ice. He goes off. Margulis hops on. Minute gone by on the ETBU power play. Now it is Andrew Kolka. He has the lone goal tonight. Kolka moves in, shot, and he scores! Top shelf, sharp angle, and he puts the Tigers on top with his second goal tonight. So the power play goal by Andrew Kolka. And it's now 3 unanswered goals for the Tigers. They were down 2-0. They now have their first lead tonight, 3-2. So Kolka's goal is going to be an unassisted goal. The Tigers have their first lead. Played on around defensively for the Tigers. Side of Bovo, now behind Bovo. Desjardins plays it over to Atkinson. Atkinson trying to get it out of the zone, denied by Munoz. And now behind, it is Rise. Rise shaking free, gets the puck out of the zone. Turned over, Sushko plays it out back to center. And entering. And nice defense play by Sushko. Getting to the puck is Caleb Rees. Side of the cage is loose, it bounces, and behind the net, a penalty is going to be called. And so Bovo skates off to the bench. Houston just has to touch the puck, and they do. And so Houston is going to go back on the penalty kill as Gallagher gets called for the cross check. East Texas Baptist. They're 1-for-1 on the power play tonight. And they go back on it. So they win the offensive zone draw. Shot blocked by the skate of Cardinal Piero. In deep, behind the net. Played back out, Rudkowski. Now it's Logan McNeil, side of the cage, and cleared all the way down the ice. This is going to be on goal. From one crease to the other. Now Spears on the backhand, dumps it in, gives chase. Cardinal slaps it on around. He gets the puck out of the zone. Rudkowski in deeper for Piero, but played on around by Houston as they clear it out of the zone. Baron Van Polen with it. He has Spears to his left. Oh, Van Polen surveys, keeps it himself, crossing the blue line, sends it in behind the net. Now it ricochets off to the far boards. Cardinal will play it out of the zone. This one will be angled all the way down. 45 seconds left to go in the power play. Sturdivant canceled out by Spears. Sander comes to help. Now here come the Tigers. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Sushko sends one in on goal. Spears with it. Plays it to his left. Sander crossing the blue line. Sander moves in, shot, and save made by Cronrath. It's at the side of the cage. Cronrath comes out from his crease to cover it. Stops play with 8:45 to go in the second period and 8 seconds to go on the power play. So 8 more seconds before Gallagher hops out of the box. Price angles it up, not quite out. Shot! And this one is tipped through traffic. And here comes Gallagher out of the box, back at even strength. So Houston has killed off 1 of 2 penalties so far tonight. It's a major, just a big scrum. 3 players from each team along that near side boards. And eventually it is fought free by the Tigers. Centering feed, bouncing puck in the slot, taken by Houston, and eventually out of the zone by Price. Jeremy Price battling for it. And a penalty will be called. Price and Desjardins got tangled up behind the play, and it looks like Jeremy Price is going to be called for, I believe, a trip. Desjardins, he'll skate off a little gingerly with the linesman off to the bench. It's going to be a high stick called on Price, and then Desjardins will be called for a slash. So this will be a 4-on-4 as we open up the ice a little bit. So high stick called on Jeremy Price, slashing the call on Desjardins. So 4-on-4. Cardinal with it behind the net of Cronrath. Tucked in for the Cougars. J.J. Peters now. Peters with some open ice. Plays it off to the near side boards. Cardinal tips it further. Cardinal cancels out a man, allows Peters to come take it. And now Cardinal has the side of the cage. Center freed in. Rebound shot, they score! This game is all tied. Jonathan Margulis with the goal. So we are all tied up 3-3. We stay 4-on-4. There's a shot. Shouldered away by Bobo. Now the other way. Here come the Tigers. This Spears, his shot never found the net. Blocked by defense in front. Going back to Margulis' goal. That is going to be assisted by Cardinal and Peters. Behind the net of Cronrath. There are the Cougars. Gorletti plays it to his left. Zhao enters the zone. Zhao gets by one man. Zhao puts on the brakes, centering feed. Blocked by the stick of Kolka. Kolka and Zhao cancel each other out. And Gorletti trying to fight free, but eventually it is Kolka coming with it. Kolka finds his man Rice cleanly. Now back through center, looking for Spears. A couple players hop out of the box. So we're back at 5-on-5. Gorletti near side. Has to avoid a check. Lost the puck. Now Piero plays it out. Eventually this will be flipped all the way down the ice. Cardinal plays it off to his right. 5:40 to go in this second period. 3-3 our score in this good game here in Sugar Land. Munoz touches it on further. He will go off for a change. And kept in by Cardinal at the blue line. Centering feed, looking for the stick of Gallagher. He will play it back to the point. And Houston gets tripped up. That will be a penalty. Cronrath gets off to the bench. This will be touched by Toka. And Houston will go on the power play for the first time tonight. So Salvatore Piero in the box for tripping. So about the first half of this game was very clean with no penalties, but now we're starting to get see the penalties adding up. This time it's Piero in the box for ETBU. Turned over, however, short-handed. Rudkowski behind the net, trying to kill off time. And it will be taken by Margulis. Cardinal comes out with it now. Smith quickly to his right. Peters pressured by the stick of Atkinson. Centering feed would not go. This one will be cleared all the way down the ice. Cronrath comes way out of his net to play it. And it will be Cardinal, as ETBU gets a little bit of a change during that. Cardinal enters the zone. Left side, his shot deflects off the stick of Van Polen and out of play. Minute 09 to go on the power play, 4:15 to go in this period. ETBU scored 2 goals in this frame. Houston has scored 1. So Sturdivant, Hoffman, and Foreman, the forwards. This one is tipped, flutters over the cage behind the net of Bovo. Kept in the zone. Shot through traffic into the glove of Andrew Bovo. Keeps this game tied. 52 seconds to go on the power play. So Kolka will take the face off for ETBU. It's won, however, by Sturdivant and the Cougars. Sushko, straight away shot. Kicked away by Bobo. Zhao back for the point. Sushko to his right, moving in, a shot, and just goes wide. That was Hoffman with the wrister. Zhao back to the point. Hoffman once more. Hoffman moves in, looking back for Zhao. Zhao settles it down. Shot blocked by the defense of Spears and eventually cleared by the Tigers. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Sushko with it. Sushko gets by Spears. Sushko, sharp angle try. It goes off the post and eventually cleared by the Tigers all the way down. Piero steps out of the box. We're back at 5-on-5 with 3 minutes to go in the second period, all tied up at 3. Cougars and the Tigers here at the Sugar Land Ice and Sports Center in Sugar Land, Texas. Now with speed entering the zone is Hoffman. Met traffic, gets it back, and near side now, trying to battle for it. Cardinal straight away, shot, kicks it, rebound try, and a save made by Bobo. It's still loose, and we're gonna get a whistle. Bobo just sprawling out in the blue paint. The puck is in the back of the net, but we get a whistle. And it looked like from up here, Bobo may have taken a shot to the back of his helmet too during that scrum. So the face-off will be to the right of Bobo, to our left. Jennings and McNeil in the face-off circle. It'll be won by Jennings. Push out, or there you're going to say not pushed out. So Cougars with it in the zone. Jennings take it down to the ice, battle for it, straight away. There's Droit, shot! This one is saved by Bobo. As Andrew Bobo has gotten a lot of cheers from his teammates. So for tonight, it gives this a tie 3-3 game. Cardinal plays it out to Jeremy Price, who will touch it for Droit. Droit, left side, through the legs of Toka. Now back for Jeremy Price, but it'll be poked out to center by Piero. And now Cardinal with it. Turn over, here come the Tigers. Left wing side. Ruben a shot, and into the glove of Cronrath. That was Aaron Taylor with the wrist shot. Minute 42 to go in this second period. Gallagher and Rudkowski with the face-off. It will be Houston chopping it out to center before it is skied back into the zone by the Tigers. Houston with it. Munoz touches it back to neutral ice. Pushed on further, shoveled back into the zone. Sushko battling with Rudkowski. Gerletti, sharp try, goes off the post. Sharp angle, rather. Now, the other way, it is Kolka. Kolka, 2 goals tonight with it. His shot goes wide. And this one is played out to center. Houston trying to get the puck into the zone. They had some trouble with it. And an offsides is the call. Houston took exception to a little bit of a hit after the whistle. So Gallagher has to be broken up with Kolka. And we're going to get some penalties, it looks like, from that. Could be offsetting penalties, but either way, it's 45 seconds to go in the second period. But Kolka is indeed headed to the penalty box. Will a Cougar join him? Yes, Gallagher will join him in the box. So roughing is the call on both players. And it looks like we're going to have 4-on-4 again. So for the second time this period, we're going back on 4-on-4. Houston, their only goal this period came 4-on-4 as we open up the ice a little bit once more. So Houston in the offensive zone, it is Cardinal. Cardinal looking for the one-timer by Droit, could not go, but Droit gets it back, sends it on around, giving chases Cardinal. He gives a check on the boards. Played out to center, Margulis. Now Droit. Five seconds to go in this period. Will Houston get one more opportunity? They will not. Horn sounds. So at the end of 2 periods of play, we're all tied up 3-3. And when we return for the third period, it'll be a minute 15 remaining of 4-on-4. So just to recap that second period a bit. ETBU gets 2 goals, one from Rubkovsky and one from Kolka. Meanwhile, Houston gets a goal from Jonathan Margulis. So we'll return for the third period right after this. You're watching U of H Hockey here on YouTube. welcome back to the Sugar Land Ice and Sports Center for the start of the third period between the Houston Cougars and the East Texas Baptist Tigers. Miles Grecky with you. 3-3 is our score, all tied up. We will begin this period 4-on-4 as Andrew Kolka and Andrew Gallagher sit in the box. A minute 15 remain on their roughing penalties. So it's the Cougars and the Tigers. Third period, all tied up. And we are underway. Off the face-off, it is Peters. He will send one wide of the net. It will settle behind the cage of Bovo, where it will be taken away and out by the Tigers. 4-on-4 gives you a little bit extra open space. That is what we are working with right now. So it is Sushko. Using that open space left side, moves in. Sushko in front, and it's kick save made by Bovo. Keeps this a tie game. Behind the net of Bovo. Tigers come out with it. 33 seconds to go of 4-on-4. Moving in, Sharping will try on the backhand by Ryder. Wasted scoop. Zhao battling with it, taken away by the Tigers. Here's wasted scoop, plays it to his left shot, save made. Centering feed goes wide. Ricochet goes off the referee, and it will be taken up and out by the Cougars. Kolka and Gallagher hop out of the box. They join play. Gallagher fresh out of the box. He will send it into the zone. So back at 5-on-5. This one is angled out and bounces along the ice. Chopped and angled back to center. Spears gives a check along the boards. And spinning free, maintaining control, shot, and Conrad trying to sprawl to cover it, but it'll be taken away by his captain, Cardinal. Cardinal spinning free, shaking, and he will get the puck out. 2 minutes gone by in this third period. 3-on-2 if the Cougars hurry. Here's Gallagher, he will drop it for Gurletti. Taken away by Kolka. Kolka, he has 2 goals tonight for the Tigers. This one is shoveled out of the zone. On the backhand, sent in deep. To it first is Cardinal. Cardinal side of the cage from Konoff. Handed up for Droit. Droit plays it to his left. It is Munoz. Munoz, his shot. This is blocked by Spears. That gets a cheer from his bench. Droit, he will slap it in. Kicked away by Bovo. Houston in the middle of a change. Tigers knife out. Read nicely by Sushko. Blocks it with his skate. And with his stick, he will rattle it on around. At center ice, the bouncing puck. Taken by Zhao. Shoveled up further. And this one will trickle into the zone. To it are the Tigers. Van Polen in there for ETBU. Play behind the net. Houston has it. Centering feed straight away. Sushko on the backhand. Plays it on around. Surdevant centers. And in front, it's loose. They whack it. They score! Houston retakes the lead with 16:27 to go in this third period. It looks like it's Grant Sturtevant with his second goal tonight. We'll wait official word. So it is indeed Grant Sturtevant with his second goal of the night, assisted by Sushko. Houston back on top 4-3. Jennings moves in, and it trickles to the blue paint. By the net of Bovo now. Galloping into the zone. Nice poke check by the stick of Droit. Tigers send it back in. This one is angled out of the zone. Atkinson. Pressured by Jeremy Price. Atkinson with it. He will play it up off the glass. A bouncing puck stays in the zone momentarily by Cardinal, but effort by the Tigers plays it back out. Cardinal. He is denied at the blue line. Now behind the net of Bovo. Tigers have it. Touched on further with some speed. Rees moves in, shot blocked by Droit and sent away to safety by Cardinal off the near side boards. Now quickly the other way to Sturdivant. His shot blocked. Toka with it. Shovels it out of the zone. Andrew Kolka moved in. Kolka, he gets taken down to the ice. Sushko behind the net on the backhand. Angles it down at neutral ice. The battle for it along the boards. And cross ice looking for Hoffman. Hoffman plays it to himself behind the net of Bovo. Sturdivant, loose stick in there as well. And a big hit along the boards, taken away by Dalton Hoffman. Hoffman moves in. Hoffman regaining controls. Back to the right point. Zhao wristed right through traffic. Just ricochets off a skate and wide. And from his knees, Toko plays it back up. Outside of the cage, centering feed. Sushko keeps it in. His shot through traffic, blocked by Kolka. And Kolka will send it all the way down, wide of the cage. So this one will be an icing. 13:54 to go in this third period. Logan McNeil taking the faceoff draw for ETBU. Jonathan Margulis will for Houston. Margulis, he got a goal back in the second period. Off the ensuing battle behind the net of Bovo into the near side corner. This one was just sent towards the net. Now in front of the Tigers bench, sent in deep. Spinning free, McNeil. He gets canceled out, but not before he sends it up. Tigers trying to get it out of the zone, and they do. Through the skate of the linesman, now through center. Cardinals with it. Cardinal forced off the puck by about 3 Tigers. Now Droit at the red line. He's trying to get the puck into the zone. Margulis comes in. He gets checked down to the ice. He stays down right now. Here come the Tigers as Margulis tries to get up to his knees. Now he will, and gingerly skid off to the bench. The near side boards. It is Cardinal getting it free. And on the backhand, this one will be cleared. No icing. So Cougars get 5 fresh legs on the ice. Zhao gives chase. Rees is there as well for the Tigers. This one is batted up down the ice. To it first are the Tigers. Atkinson gets checked into the boards. Puck finds its way to the far side corner. Along that battle, it will be taken away by Gavin Spears and ETBU. Atkinson, near side. Atkinson surveys, slot, shot, and he scores! This game is tied with 12 minutes to go in this third period. So a back and forth game. Cougars had the lead, Tigers had the lead, Cougars got it back, and now we are tied. Sean Atkinson, the unassisted goal. I mentioned last week, East Texas Baptist, they had a tie. They went into overtime against Texas Tech. No one went into overtime, so they ended up tying. Will we see more of that tonight? It's a close game, 4-4 our score. Back to live action though. Here come the Tigers once again, moving in. Shot just sails high. That was Piero with the shot attempt for the Tigers. Cartnold now trying to shake off Piero. Piero gets it back. Shot! Save made by Conrath. He covers it for the whistle. 11:33 remaining in this third period. So the forward line of Hoffman, Foreman, and Sturdivant hops on the ice for Houston. Sturdivant, he has 2 goals tonight. Both number 11s for both teams. So number 11 for Houston, Sturdivant, number 11 for ETBU Quokka. They both have 2 goals in tonight's game. Giving chase is is Hoffman. But protected by Van Polen. Side of the cage, where's the puck? It's loose, sprawling is Bova. They whack at it now, we got a whistle. This game stays tied at 4. The defensive pair of Zhao and Sushko hop on for Houston. Hoffman, Foreman, Sturdivant stay on as the forwards. Battling with it is Sean Atkinson. Gets it free. Atkinson fights off Sturdivant. Atkinson checked by Foreman. Clipped in the zone by Sushko. His shot blocked by Rudkowski. This one is sent down. Conrath will play it off to the corner. Sushko is there along with Desjardins. Hoffman plays it on around. It's a long stretch pass, a big hit at center ice by Foreman on Rees. Now here's Hoffman. Hoffman met by Spears at the blue line. This one is headed all the way down. Icing is waved off. Kolka surveys as he's to it first for the Tigers. Kept in at the right point. Kolka gets canceled out. And this one is cleared down. Houston going off for a little bit of a change. So Tigers with some little bit of space to work with. Turned over, however, in front of the Houston bench. Now at center ice. Smith on the backhand. Locks it into the zone. Peters gives a hit to McNeil along the boards. Now here are the Tigers. Kolka, he has 2 goals tonight. Kolka moves in. Shot, and Conrath has it between his legs. Gets the whistle with 9:33 to go in this frame. So Taylor, Sander, and Piero are the forwards on the ice for the Tigers. Toka and Waste-Scoot, the defenseman. And this one comes out of the zone, having some trouble with it at the blue line was Taylor. Couldn't keep the puck in, so offsides is the call. Face off front of the H bench. It's won by Houston. And here comes Munoz. Munoz with some speed. Munoz and front, and they score! Gurleti puts Houston back on top, 5-4. Munoz moved in with speed. Gurleti was there for the rebound. And Houston, in a back and forth game, retakes the lead. Gurleti fresh off that goal. He will enter offside. So Munoz gets the assist on Gurleti's goal. In what has been a very entertaining hockey game so far tonight. Edwin Zhao behind his own net. Plays it up for Jennings. I don't think Jennings was expecting it, however. Back into the zone it goes. Sushko is there. First for Houston. Sushko protecting on the backhand, picking up steam, galloping through the zone. Sushko waits behind the net of Bobo. Still has it. Plays it for Zhao. Blue line in deep. Jennings centers. Goes off to the near side boards. Sushko shot through traffic. Walked away by Bobo. Another try. I believe it hit the side of the cage. Battle for behind the net of Bobo. Jennings is there. He's forced off by McNeil, and this one will be cleared all the way down the ice. It will go wide of the net for an icing. So U of H get some fresh legs on the ice. Gallagher, Gurleti hop on, along with Munoz, Cardinal, and Droit. Logan McNeil will take the face-off draw for the Tigers. That'll be a one by Houston. Their offensive zone. Backhands it to the corner. Gallagher centers, rolling puck. Near side boards. Hit the side of the net. Protecting this Cardinal. Sent across Munoz. Munoz towards the net. Trying to look for the tip by Gurleti, but it's saved by Bobo. With 7:34 remaining in this third period. If you miss any of this game, Houston had the early 2-0 lead. 3 unanswered goals by the Tigers made it 3-2. Houston, 2 unanswered goals, took the lead 4-3 before the Tigers tied up, and then Houston now with the 5-4 advantage with over 7 minutes to go in this third period. And is this an own goal? And is it in? And no, it's not going to say in. Bobo getting it on the goal line. A strange play. Houston trying to plead their case that it crossed the line, but the referee says it stays out. And I'm not sure I've seen something like that. But it stays a 5-4 game. Face off now, won by the Tigers. This one's rattled behind the net and out of the zone. Having some trouble with it is Rubkovsky, however. Now Zhao plays it up just over the stick of Foreman. Rubkovsky angles it up further. Desjardins poked off by Zhao. Now Rubkovsky throws it in. I believe that hit Sushko, caused it to ricochet wide. Tigers get some fresh men on the ice. Moving in. Sent back out to center. Poked off by Servant. Down the ice. Pierrot gives chase for the Tigers. Send it on around. Caleb Breeze. Taken away by Sturdivant. He finds Hoffman. Hoffman moves in. Hoffman waits. Shot! Blocked away by Bovo. Finds his way to Bovo. He, with his stick, sent it wide. U of H shot just goes wide. Another try into the glove of Bovo. 5-4 our score with 5:44 to go in this third period. Margulis will take the face-off draw for Houston. It'll be won by the Tigers in their defensive zone. They're trying to clear it out of the zone. They cannot spin. His shot just sails high. Kolka leaves it, and here come the Tigers. 2-on-1. It is Spears. Spears looking for the cutting Sander, but they could not connect. Cardinal surveys, plays it up. This one finds the stick of Spears. And here comes Margulis. Margulis floats one, hit the glove of Bovo and over his net. ETBU trying to get it out of the zone. Desjardins moves in, chops at it into the zone. Under 5 minutes to go in this third period. ETBU trying to tie this game up. U of H leads by 1. Flipped out to center. Sushko gathers, rattles around to it first. Is Waste-a-Scoot. Can't be cleared, however, by the Tigers. Now they are able to send it down the ice. McNeil gives chase, puts on the brakes, gets it back, and he's fighting with Jennings for it. And Cougar is able to clear it, and Jeremy Price sends it down the zone. Takes a carom off the boards right to the side of Bovo. 4 minutes to go in this third period. Bouncing puck. Jeremy Price trying to battle for it. This one is sent off the glass into the zone. Glove down by Sushko. Pressured by Pierrot. Sushko skies it out. Van Polen. Up further. Taken by Pierrot. Pierrot fires off the post. So close to tying this game. But with 3:30, it's still a 5-4 advantage. Tigers want a penalty. They're not going to get it in front of the Tigers bench. And now Tigers settle it down a bit. Sushko intercepts. Sends one towards the corner. Berletti, he has a goal tonight. He sends it on around. Munoz, who also has a goal. In fact, Munoz started this scoring back in the first period. Berletti centers, finds Sushko. Left circle, and through traffic and bouncing around. Pinballs around, could not go. Another try, stays out, and on the backhand, this one is cleared all the way down. Will this be an icing? It will. Stops play with 2:43 remaining in this period. And a timeout is going to be called by the Tigers. So they will talk things over. 2:43 to go. As I mentioned before, a back and forth game. Houston had a 2-goal lead back in the first period. ETBU, 3 unanswered goals. And then ever since then, just been back and forth. But right now it is a 5-4 lead for Houston. Mentioned before, East Texas. They played in overtime last weekend against Texas Tech. No one won in overtime. They tied that game. That's why their record this year is 1-8-1. And that one win, however, for the Tigers came against Houston back in September. They beat Houston 5-2. And then one of Houston's 2 wins on this season came against the Tigers back in Shreveport, where they won 5-1. ETBU, they play their home games in Shreveport, Louisiana, at the home of the Shreveport Mudbugs. But back at live action, shot through traffic, saved by Bovo. Houston with it. Roy, shot, never found Bovo. It rattles in front, and Tigers trying to get it to safety. And they flip it out to center. Delayed offsides. 2:15 to go in this period. Sander gets it out of the zone, back across. Read nicely by Droit. Uses his stick to send it up and out of play with 2:04 remaining in regulation. So face-off will be back at center ice. Margulis, Smith, and Peters, the forwards on the ice for Houston. McNeil will win the faceoff for the Tigers. This one is sent down. 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Cardinal, the captain for Houston, sends it out. This one will be angled all the way down. No icing, so Bovo comes out of his net to play it for Wasteless Coop. And here comes Bovo to the net. So an empty net, 6-on-5. Entering the zone, the Tigers. McNeil, side shot, and it's saved by Cronrath. So Andrew Bovo sits at the bench. 6 skaters on the ice for East Texas Baptist. They have 1:38 to try to tie this game up at 5. McNeil and Gallagher at the face-off circle. Houston wins it, plays it off the glass, and here's Gritletti. His shot off the post, rebound try, and Munoz, the empty net goal, puts Houston on top, 6-4. So the empty net goal by Jaden Munoz. It's his 2nd goal of the night. Sends Bovo back to his net. As Houston now has the 2-goal advantage. Offsides is the call. So it will be an unassisted goal for Munoz. There's been 10 goals scored in this game. Right now, Munoz, he had the first goal tonight, and he has the last goal. At least right now he does. But here are the Tigers' shot through traffic, save made by Cronrath. That was Piero with the shot on goal. 60 seconds to go in this frame. Bovo is staying in his net. Munoz plays it out of the zone. Rutkowski angles it up. Will be taken by Piero. Piero gets chopped at by Gallagher. Piero sends one to the near side boards. 35 seconds. Chopped back out to center. Settled down by Rutkowski, who caught an edge, maintains control of the puck, fights through Price. Rutkowski avoids Jennings. 20 seconds to go in this game. Sent one wide. McNeil had some trouble with it. Kept in at the left point. Shot goes off the stick of Jennings. Now it's Van Polen with the shot. 5 seconds remaining in this game. Jennings tries to get it out of the zone. He does on the backhand. And Houston wins this by a final score of 6-4. As the Houston Cougars players will crowd around their winning goalie tonight, Kaysen Cronrath. And it was indeed Jaden Munoz who started and ended the scoring tonight for Houston. Just to recap a little bit of that scoring, Munoz with 2 goals tonight for the Cougars. Sudovant also with 2 goals for Houston, and then the Cougars also getting goals by Margulis and from Gerletti. Meanwhile, for East Texas Baptist, they got 2 goals from Andrew Kolka, and then they also getting goals tonight from Rudkowski and Atkinson. So 6-4 is our final here at the Sugar Land Ice and Sports Center. It was a great, entertaining game. These two teams will meet tomorrow afternoon, 1:30, and that will be the final meeting this season between these two teams. So we hope you join us tomorrow afternoon. But that will do it for us tonight. I want to thank everyone who helped make this broadcast possible. My producer, Nick Pola. But we will see you here tomorrow afternoon. Until then, I'm Ryan Zagrecki, thanking you for tuning in. Final score, Houston 6, ETBU 4. You've been watching Houston Cougar Hockey. Good night, everyone.